This is one of sport's great proving grounds, a gateway to glory where heroes are made.
Brilliant, absolutely first class.
29 tournaments spanning 18 countries. It's a 10-month campaign to determine the very brightest prospects in golf.
I don't believe it! How about that?
Along the way, a chance for the class of 2023 to expand horizons and sample life on tour.
Always nice to experience new cultures.
I love that noise.
Cheers, boy. Enjoy.
Finish the season in the top 20 of the Road to Majorca rankings and secure a golden ticket to the DP World Tour. That's the dream shared by all who compete on the Challenge Tour. It's event 14 of 29 and our European stretch is well underway.
Congratulations to Jesper Svensson, wins this title, and it's a first career victory as well for the Swede.
Almost 10 years ago to the day of Matteo Manasero's BMW PGA victory at Wentworth, he is back in the winner's circle.
What a journey we've had so far in Europe. 5 different champions in 4 different countries.
Congratulations, Andrea Pavan.
It's taken a while, but Sam Hutsby picks up his second career victory on the Challenge Tour. And that's it, a maiden Challenge Tour title for Lorenzo Scalise.
Now we have a new destination on the horizon. It's the first of back-to-back weeks in France as our Challenge Tour musketeers head to the beaches of Pléneur-Flandre for the Blow Open de Bretagne. The French share great history and pride with the Challenge Tour. Wonderful courses and fine players. And someone who's looking to pass on their inside knowledge to the next generation is a 6-time champion on the tour, Benjamin Hébert, enjoying a return to familiar territory.
Yeah, it's always nice playing on your home soil, especially here. I had good memories there. I mean, I played it maybe 4 or 5 times, the tournament. Last time was a win, so yeah, it was still very good to come back. Here is a very special atmosphere. There's a lot of volunteers, a lot of spectators coming during the week, and I think they all expect for a French winner.
Well, if you're looking for a potential home winner of the future, then look no further than amateur Martin Couvre, who's been putting on quite the show this year.
For me, the future is to play some amateur events with the French team, like the European Team Championship, the Edenhover Trophy, and after make some point on the Challenge Tour to have any card and play the Q School to turn pro at the end of this year.
As for the here and now, well, things got off to a rather murky start in France as the weather took centre stage. Heavy fog shrouded the course, leading to a first-round delay. The players forced to wait before trying to improve their rankings. Frenchman Hugo Cousseau leading the way from South African Casey Jarvis and last week's champion Lorenzo Scalise. When the skies did finally clear in France, Josh Antman was waiting to see who was quickest out of the blocks.
Most recent winner on the Challenge Tour, Lorenzo Scalise, his main win on tour as well in the Czech Republic, coming in full of confidence. This, his penultimate hole of the day, the par 3 8th. How about that? And the first round of 68 for the Italian. Bang in form. Frenchman Benjamin Hébert been flip-flopping between the DP World Tour and the Challenge Tour. Has been a pro for 14 years now. Just 2 par 5s here at Golf Blue Green. Benjamin Hébert taking advantage there on 7. An eagle for him, and it'll be a 69 to kick off his week. A birdie eagle run from the 9th hole helped Ricard Kohlberg's cause on the first day, and he's had a bit of help on the bag as well.
It's my nephew, so it's my brother's brother's son, and he loves golf, so I brought him out first in Holland and now also this week, and he's doing a great job.
Another Frenchman performed well on the opening day, Felix Maury. 6 birdies in a row from the 6th hole and stuttered with 3 pars in a row. Came up to the par 3 15th. Tricky back pin on the opening day. Brilliant tee shot from Maury. 9th last time out in the Czech Republic, despite a 77 in his opening round. He went 14 shots better in round 1 and fired an outstanding 63.
Yes, a great start for the home contingent as Felix Maury's 7 under par opening round saw him top of the leaderboard at the end of the first day. Time now, though, for a change of pace as we catch up with 2 friends who've recently both become fathers for the first time.
It's a laugh a minute with this guy. He's great to be around, don't take life too serious, which is, it's nice to be around that sort of character when you're doing a lot of travel, things can be quite stressful. It's nice to make the whole situation a little bit light-hearted, really.
Yeah, I've got as an idea here. A kite jig. This can be interesting, this.
The baby was measuring big, of course. We got induced a week early in the end, and then Alf's came, so was it around the due date? On the due date. So yeah, we were 2 days apart. It actually wasn't planned, even though people think it was. Magical little experience, really, for us both.
Oh, mate, we've got to put this thing together. Dunno, it's got a loop in it, so you must need the loop. So we might need the instructions, you know. It's like the most beautiful bomb just going off in your life. I look at my mum and dad completely different now. You know, they've obviously been through the same with me, and you know, it just changes all outlook. And she's taken my breath away. And yeah, hats off to the wife at home. She's doing a great job. It's so natural for her. And yeah, just out here, you know, trying to support her as much as I can. And you turn it all the way around. Onto that. Ah, yes, jig. Going home after a miscut or bad result, you know, was a lot easier, a lot better. It needs 4 to 24 miles an hour wind. Should be all right. So at least half a club. You know, makes leaving a little bit harder, but you've got your own family to support and feed at home, so it definitely changes your perspective. Hopefully it brings the golf game along too. But you know, I'm not putting any pressure on that. It's a long old season, and yeah, as I said, my mind at the minute is very babyfied. Yeah? Go on. You got it, Jig. Am I running?
You got to have a little jog, haven't you?
Got to get it higher than that.
Right, ready?
You can't just throw it.
Come on!
Yes, you got it up.
I can't catch up! Oh! Right, you can't go downwind. Last year, my dad was out here and winning. It was a very special moment, you know. To share that moment was fantastic. Yeah, you wish you could have that every week. Going forward, I know the European Tour does have crashes, so you never know. I might be able to get the little one out if I move up.
Go on, girl.
You know, golf has literally been life for me since I left school, and probably overthought things about golf, tried too hard at times with golf, and I think that split second of that baby coming out, life changes like that, and it's like, okay, well, golf comes second now.
The overall experience is absolutely amazing, and yeah, I've loved every minute so far.
And our warmest congratulations to them both, clearly still on quite a high. But back down to earth and to business, with the second day's action, Josh Antman again.
Man from Southport, Lee Slattery, won the Challenge Tour rankings back in 2004, had a brilliant front line of 30 in round 2. That was on his penultimate hole, the 8th, and it'd be a 65 in round 2 for Slattery. Dermot McElroy, been mainly playing on the Euro Pro Tour the last couple of years. This was his final hole, using all the cup there on 9, and a 66 on day 2 would see him in a tie for 5th with 2 rounds to play. Jack Davidson in the last group out in round 2, but they didn't finish their second round until 12:40 on Saturday because of the weather delays. That was on his final hole, and that saw him in a tie for second place heading into the final 2 days. Fantastic season already for Benjamin Follett-Smith, largely down to that win at the Cape Town Open back in February. Birdies at 15, 16, 17. Wasn't to be a birdie at 18, but a 66 saw him tied with Davidson at 6 under par, but they're all chasing Stuart Manley, who had already been a very long week for.
I literally hung around for like 5-6 hours before I played, so it is tough. It's tiring on the legs. You just got to kind of hydrate yourself, get your legs as good as you can possibly go, and obviously at my age it's pretty tough to keep on going, but you know, I'm looking forward to the task ahead.
It was a faultless display in round 2 from Stuart Manley, and a brilliant 4-birdie finish for the Welshman, including this putt at 18, which gave him a 4-shot lead with 2 rounds to play.
Yes, confirmation that after his simply stunning 62, Manley out front ahead of a trio at 6 under par. But with 2 rounds still left, he won't be taking anything for granted. Next up, we scan the history books.
I mean, it was a big week, and kind of it secured my card for that year, for the following year.
And a new champion is crowned in Plenurf. We'll see you after the break.
So I'm François de la Montagne. I'm the ambassador of the Open Blue Brittany 2023. I played 1 year on the Challenge Tour. The year after, in 2002, on the European Tour. I had a few top 10s. Finished 3rd behind Tiger at the Australian Open in 2009. And I stopped my career in 2014. It's a very important week for the French golf and the French Federation. The Challenge Tour is the school of professional golf. To be present this week and during the season on the Challenge Tour, it's the best school to be a champion in the future.
One man who knows just what it takes to be a champion is 3-time Challenge Tour winner Stuart Manley. And at the 16th edition of the Blow Open de Bretagne, the rest of the field are hoping to chase down his 4-shot lead at the halfway mark at the beautiful golf blue-green Plenurf Valandre. There was no sign of the heavy fog that delayed the start of the event. Instead, blue skies shone down on the players, with the likes of Davidson, Follett-Smith and Maury prepared to challenge the leader on moving day. The action watched once again by Josh Antman.
Nearly 2 years since his last win on the Challenge Tour, Stuart Manley. If there were any nerves at the start of round 3, he wasn't showing it. Straight out of the blocks on the very first hole. A birdie for the Welshman got him to 11 under par. Good week. Would shoot him up the road to Majorca rankings. The weather behaved itself in round 3 and the crowds were out in force. Benjamin Follett-Smith playing in the final group alongside Stuart Manley. This was for birdie at 1, keeping on the coattails of the Welshman. Spaniard Manuel Elvira is having a fantastic season. A couple of runner-ups already in India and last week in the Czech Republic. This was for birdie at 9. Long-range effort and a 66 saw him make a big move on Saturday. After his birdie at 1, he bogeyed the par 3 third Stuart Manley. But this was at 5, up the hill, left to right. Beautifully done and back to 11 under par, chasing that 4th Challenge Tour title, Stuart Manley. Good scoring in the final group alongside Felix Murray and Benjamin Follett-Smith. Coming off birdies at 7 and 8. This was the Zimbabweans' approach to 9. It'd be 3 birdies on the trot for Follett-Smith and closing the gap on Stuart Manley. All smiles with the caddy. Good club choice. I'm sure it was the chat there. Tied at the top, Follett-Smith and Stuart Manley halfway through round 3, and the Zimbabwean made it 4 birdies in a row. With this beautiful chip at 10, expertly done, 11 under par, and put him top of the leaderboard for the very first time. Lee Slattery couldn't get anything going on the front 9, 8 pars and 1 bogey, but he lit up the back 9 with birdies on 10, 11 and 12, another on 14, and that on 15 helped him to a 3rd round of 67 and just 1 back going into the final day. Plenty of interested fans watching on as Stuart Manley, who held the lead on his own after round 2, didn't find things as easy on Saturday, but this was for birdie to finish, and it meant he was tied at the top with Follett-Smith with 18 to play.
A look at the leaderboard 3 rounds in shows Manley's 4-shot lead at the start of the day had evaporated. Now he was one of 4 players separated by just 1 shot, or jostling for position at this historic event. The Open de Bretagne has been a long-standing fixture on the Challenge Tour. Peter Baker, its first winner in 2007. 5 years on, it was a breakthrough win for 21-year-old Eddie Pepperell. A year later, Andrea Pavan took the title en route to his Challenge Tour rankings triumph.
I was playing well that year. Brooks had won 3 times, so he was already on the tour. But I think with the win here, I was close to getting to that number 1. I mean, it was a big week, and kind of it secured my card for that year, for the following year.
Benjamin Hebert became the first homegrown winner in 2014, and it was a launch pad for Jack Singh Bra's career.
Even stepping back here after 5 years, it definitely brought back some memories. So it kind of did catapult me into pretty much in the area of basically getting my card that year. So yeah, it went a long way.
And as we saw earlier, Alfie Plant added his name to an illustrious list of names on the trophy a year ago. But back to the present, as our eyes return to the pursuit of the 2023 prize at the Open de Bretagne. There were a posse of players all in with a shout and hoping to join that exclusive winners' club here. As they got under starters' orders, let's discover how it all unfolded. We'll rejoin Josh for one last time.
Follett-Smith had to take a penalty drop after a poor tee shot on the first hole here. So this is for bogey. All of a sudden, 2 shots back. Not the start he would have wanted, the Zimbabwean, after a brilliant 3 days so far here in France. And all of a sudden, Stuart Manley has the lead on his own. Best performing Frenchman so far this week, Jerome Lando Casanova. This is for birdie at 4. Yeah, well done. A lot of crowds following him today. Lee Slattery, 3 pars up to here. This is approach at 4. Beautiful shot this from Slattery. Should be a birdie there, and they're just starting to hunt down now, Stuart Manley. 5 pars up to here for Stuart Manley. Would have taken some confidence after seeing the start for Follett-Smith. Long range effort here at 6. Brilliant from the Welshman. That's his first birdie of the day, and an early 2-shot lead here on the final day in France. Coming off the back of a double bogey on 9, Ivan Cantero Gutierrez. He's found the green here at 10 with his tee shot, left to right. This for eagle. How about that for a bounce back? Brilliant from the Spaniard, having a fine season too. Just had birdies at 10 and 11. This for 3 in a row for Lee Slattery. to get to double digits. It's fantastic from Slattery. And it's now himself, Manuel Elvira, and Stuart Manley tied at the top at 10 under par.
Well, sadly for Slattery, a double bogey on 14 and a bogey at the last cost him dear, leaving the door open for Elvira and Manley. So, which of them would seize the day?
Just getting a little bit congested at the top of the leaderboard, in for an exciting finish here in France. So it's Manuel Elvira and this man, Stuart Manley, tied at the top. This is Manley's approach into the final hole. Just creeping over that fringe. And Manley will have a great look at birdie in a few moments' time. That's a good one, Stuart. Still no idea where this championship is going to go. Elvira has found the bunker. Green side here at 18. It's not a good lie. It'll be a chunk and run you'd expect here. That's very good from the Spaniard. What an effort that is. Superb effort. And he's still in there with a chance. Huge crowds around this final green in France. Stuart Manley then. This putt for the title. What a way to finish for Stuart Manley. After a frantic final day here in France, he's come out on top. He's inside the top 20 on the Road to Majorca rankings, and he's the 2023 Open de Bretagne champion.
Elvira bogeyed the last in the end to share runners-up spot with Slattery, but defending champion Alfie Plant had to pass the baton in Brittany to Stuart Manley.
Really pleased with my 62 in the second round. That was probably maybe my lowest round on Challenge Tour perhaps, and European Tour, but to have the lead the third round is always quite tough. I didn't have my game, to be honest, the last couple of rounds, but I just managed to keep it in play, just stayed with the guys, managed to hold the odd putt, and then I've hit the best shot of it all year in the last hole, so yeah, chuffed.
Anyone special you're going to go and phone up?
My wife.
Yeah. What does it mean to be your wife and your family? You know, this must be everything.
Yeah, I should be chuffed.
Congratulations. Well played.
Well, Manley's emotional French win was his fourth on the Challenge Tour, but it wasn't quite enough to see him into the top 10 of the Road to Majorca rankings. But Manuel Elvira's runners-up spot saw him climb to second and close the gap on current number 1, Hugo Cousseau. Benjamin Follett-Smith's consolation is a move into the top 10. He's up into 8th spot now. Stuart Manley's climb from 53rd to 14th, tucked in just behind two other winners this season, Ricardo Gouveia and Matteo Manacero. Ivan Cantero Gutierrez made progress too, with Om Prakash Chauhan now the man in that critical 20th place. And so, a thrilling week in France comes to an end, but it's certainly not the end of our stay. We're heading down the coast to Le Vaudreuil to write the latest chapter on the Road to Majorca's story. So join us again next week as the race to the DP World Tour continues.